Welcome to Rescue TV. We are here today with Miranda Bond, CEO and founder of Inika, a wonderful mineral cosmetics brand that we discovered and absolutely love on Rescue. Miranda, you are a form of inspiration on so many levels, from a beauty level certainly, but also as a businesswoman. Welcome to Rescue TV.
Thank you. It's fantastic to be here.
So today, one of the things that I'd really like to get your expertise on and the history on is, we know that mineral foundation and mineral cosmetics are a really booming colour category, but also organic and certified organic is really an important buzzword. What brought you to Inika? What made you create the brand?
Well, actually, it starts from a health story that I had, which is that I battled for years with a hormone-related illness called endometriosis.
Which I had too.
Oh, did you really?
Indeed.
There you go.
Yeah.
And millions of women do. It's really,
undiagnosed.
It's and very, very hard to diagnose. I suffered with that for years and had associated infertility and thought that I was never going to have kids.
Me too.
And had been down the whole surgery route and everything until about 10 years ago, I read a book which completely changed my life. And it was a book called Hormone Heresy, and in it explained this whole concept of hormones and what's happening to women in today's society. And the doctor who wrote the book advocated a more natural approach if you're dealing with hormone-related illness.
Can I just interrupt you
Sure.
there? How natural was your life? Because you strike me as a
not-
go-getter. You were like, you strike me as you were someone who was flying
That's it.
all your life.
Absolutely. And I wasn't naturally orientated, and I was one of these people who I didn't really think about what I was putting into my body or what I was putting on my body. And as I say, this book really sort of changed my whole way of thinking, because she advocated that you try a more natural approach for your hormone imbalance, which I did, and she also advocated that you change your diet to a natural, organic, anti-inflammatory diet. And the other thing which she talked about, which I'd never even thought about before, was detoxing your life. And she started to talk about families of chemicals that are found in our everyday household products, in our toiletries, our skincare and our makeup. And she advocated completely ridding your life of these chemicals because of the effects that these can have on hormone levels. And I thought, what have I got to lose? I thought, I'm just going to try it.
And was it difficult to kind of,
yes.
eradicate all of that from your life? Because it
Absolutely.
seems to be everywhere. I mean, pick up any basic product and look at the back and you think,
Yeah. It was really challenging. And to do it in one foul swoop like that really meant a big life change. I mean, now when I talk to women, and I speak to women a lot, I advocate that you take a sort of step-by-step approach to this detoxing.
Rather than your big...
Yes, do the whole thing. But I did that. And 3 months later, I fell pregnant.
Wow.
Which was just incredible. And then through the course of my pregnancy, my endometriosis cleared up and my health and vitality skyrocketed. I felt fantastic. And I began to feel so passionate about this, and I thought, my goodness, think of the millions of other women out there who are suffering from, hormone-related illness, health conditions, who have no idea that there are more natural options available to them that could really change their lives.
So what did you do from a health and beauty perspective? Because there's a lot of information available on food. There's a lot of information available about household cleaning products. So what did you do on a health and beauty level?
Well, what I did was firstly became a self-educated expert on toxic ingredients and ingredients per se. And what I learned to do, I'm sort of an ingredients Nazi now. I check everything. It doesn't matter if it's food that I'm eating or products that I'm putting on my body or even in my hair. I will check the ingredients.
So let's talk about 5 key ingredients that any one of us can be ingredient Nazis with.
Sure, okay. So some of the prime ones that I recommend people avoid. Number 1 is talc. Talc. I don't know if you're aware now, but if you have a baby now and you go into a hospital, they say to you no talc.
That's
and the reason being because it's a carcinogen. Well, talc is in so many of our powder cosmetics.
Right.
So it's in a lot of pressed powder, a lot of pressed powder blushes, pressed powder eyeshadows, pressed powder foundations, that sort of thing. And And so that's one that I advocate, which, you should
Avoid.
remove. Yeah. Another one is aluminium, which is obviously in so many of our deodorants.
Yeah.
And it's very easy nowadays to get a deodorant without aluminium.
But is it easy to get a deodorant that works without aluminium?
Look, it's hard. The whole principle of the body sweating, it's actually a natural response.
Yes.
And unfortunately, when you're going down a natural route, it doesn't stop that response. It will eliminate any odors. And what I find really good, what I use personally, are the crystal sticks. You know,
Yes,
the crystal sticks, they're really good. So
back
I
to the
recommend
health
that
food
you
store.
use that. That's it. Other ingredients are formaldehyde, toluene, which are in a lot of the nail polishes. But again, now you can find brands that don't have
you
those
can. And a lot of the
harsh
big
chemicals.
brands have removed them.
That's correct. So they're ones that I advocate you avoid. In mineral products, a lot of people are not aware that when they're using a mineral foundation or a mineral powder, that it contains an ingredient called bismuth oxychloride. Bismuth oxychloride is actually a byproduct.
Say that 3 times.
Yeah. It's a byproduct of copper and lead refining, and it's really not something that you want to be putting on your skin.
Wow.
But the reason why the manufacturers use it, and I could tell you all the secrets of cosmetic
that's
manufacturers.
another story. I love it.
But so the reason why they use it is because it's very, very cheap. Okay, so it means that their mineral powder,
bulk.
yes, it's bulk. It's really cheap to produce. But what it does on the skin is it gives a sort of pearlescent, light reflective
Yes,
quality.
it does. A lot of those mineral foundations do.
And they're very glowy. If you can spot, but it's also a skin irritant. When the Choice organization did a study of mineral cosmetics a couple of years ago, out of the 22 that they sort of tested, there were 14 that had skin irritations, and those
So the
brands,
exact opposite of what they were
that's exactly
advocating
right.
is
That's
what
exactly
they
right.
were doing.
Yeah.
So we talked about the nasties to avoid. Let's talk about what's good to put in, because I think
Sure.
there's a lot of focus on what's bad and the scaremongering.
Yeah, sure.
Let's talk about some of the wonderful things you can actually infuse cosmetic products with.
Absolutely. I mean, what we like to do at Inika is sort of almost blend skincare with makeup, and a lot of the products that you'll use, particularly the sort of certified organic products, contain ingredients which have additional benefits to the skin. So, for example, the liquid foundation,
Which is
mineral
quite
foundation,
innovative, because you
very.
don't always
There's-
get
no.
liquid mineral foundation.
No, you don't. And the other thing is that it was an absolute groundbreaking world first. We won
And you've
lots
won
of
so many
awards
awards,
for that product. And the base of that product surprises the hell out of people, because it's certified organic aloe vera juice. Now, aloe vera, I mean, we all know in Australia how amazing aloe vera is. You know, if you've got sunburn, that's the first thing that you want to put on. What a lot of people don't realise is, you know, your skin is the largest organ of your body.
That's right.
And you need to feed your skin in the same way that you would feed your body. And using ingredients like aloe vera, for example, it has every vitamin apart from vitamin D. It has minerals, it has antioxidants, it has 20 of the 22 amino acids that the body needs.
Incredible.
So it's this power-packed, super, hero ingredient. And that actually forms the basis of our certified organic products.
So let me ask you something. You've gone down the route of certified organic
Yes.
products, because
Yes.
there's a lot of organic products and they're certified.
Absolutely.
Why did you go down
Yeah, sure.
certified organic, and
Sure.
how do you get that
Absolutely.
authenticity?
Look, we want to be the first brand that you think of and trust in organic makeup. And for us, there's so many brands out there who are really, jumping on this green bandwagon and pretending to be natural when actually they're not. And we thought, the only way to really sort of cut through that dialogue and give, women the absolute safety and security that what they're using and putting on their skin is completely pure and good for them, was to go down a certified route. So we're not only certified organic, we're also vegan, we're certified cruelty-free, and we're also certified halal. Now, to my knowledge, there's not another makeup company in the world who can boast those sorts of credentials.
I think it's incredible. Let me just wrap up by
Sure.
highlighting some of the hero products
Yes,
in your
definitely,
range.
definitely.
So we've got our favourites, and I'm going to point out, I'm going to put our hand up and say we definitely have a few just winners that we've discovered.
Sure.
And the mineral foundation is
Yes.
extraordinary.
Yes.
absolutely beautiful professional coverage. You do not need to think that this is because you've gone natural or organic that you're in any way compromising the payoff.
Absolutely.
It's a brilliant product.
Yes.
The lip glosses are beautiful.
Yes.
Again, great pigment.
Absolutely.
Gorgeous colours.
And great for your skin,
And
vitamin
if you
E.
eat them, you
Yes.
eat your lipsticks, ladies. So you want to be sure that what you're swallowing is...
That's it.
And the blush
Yes.
we love.
Yeah, and that one particularly, Peachy Keen, is such a favourite of everybody's.
It makes everyone look healthy.
It does, and you know, some people when they see it think that shade, you know, is going to be too dramatic, but it's because it's
Is that what you're wearing now?
Yes, and because it's so translucent, you actually get this, you know, beautiful effect from Peachy Keen.
And I just want to quickly touch on before we wrap your use of the powders.
Sure.
They're so long lasting.
They are, and not only that, but the impacts of the pigments. And the reason for that is what we were talking about before. Because we don't put these cheap fillers and nasties in, you're dealing with pure pigment. That's why they're so intense and they last so long.
And what about preservatives? How are you
Sure.
preserving it? Because I know you
Sure.
don't have to refrigerate your
Sure.
product.
We use potassium sorbate, which is a natural preservative and is an approved for a certified organic product. And the reason why we do that is one of the most commonly used preservatives in the world is parabens.
Yes.
Now, we wouldn't touch parabens. You know, there's a lot of controversy about parabens.
Sure.
But from my perspective, I don't recommend people using parabens. They are invasive. That, you know, it does find its way into your sort of you know, your tissue in your organs. But not only that, it is an endocrine disruptor. So we have to use a sort of family of preservatives which are in the natural and organic category. But we've managed to do so and produce really world-class products.
They really are world-class products. It is just such a pleasure to get to meet you. We
you.
have interviewed you before for Rescue, but we really wanted the opportunity to show our Rescue TV readers, you know, the amazing Miranda Bond, the lady that's single-handedly revolutionising our, you know, the safety of beauty. And it's wonderful to meet you. Thank you so
Lovely.
much
Thank
for
you for the
joining us.
opportunity. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.